this is an iHeart podcast.
On the latest episode of Next Question with me, Katie Couric, I sat down with Bernie Sanders. We've talked many times over the years, and today he even throws a few questions my way.
All right, are you ready for another question?
Go ahead. Hit me, Bernie. We talk about the billionaire class, the cost of living, and of course, the government shutdown. Listen to Next Question with me, Katie Couric, on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
The murder of an 18-year-old girl in Graves County, Kentucky, went unsolved for years until a local housewife, a journalist, and a handful of girls came forward with a story.
America, y'all better wake the hell up. Bad things happens to good people in small towns.
Listen to Graves County on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. And to binge the entire season ad-free, subscribe to Lava for Good Plus on Apple Podcasts.
When I smoke weed, I get lost in the music. I like to isolate each instrument. The rhythmic bass, the harmonies on the piano, the sticky melody.
Hey, careful, babe. There's someone crossing the street.
Sorry, I didn't see him there.
If you feel different, you drive different. Don't drive high. It's dangerous and illegal everywhere. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
I knew it was a bomb the second that it exploded. I felt it rip through me.
In season 2 of Rip Current, we ask who tried to kill Judy Berry and why.
They were climbing trees and they were sabotaging logging equipment in the woods.
She received death threats before the bombing. She received more threats after the bombing.
I think that this is a deliberate attempt to sabotage our movement.
Listen to Rip Current Season 2 starting November 5th on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Join me, Danny Trejo, in Nocturnal, Tales from the Shadows. An anthology of modern-day horror stories inspired by the legends and lore of Latin America. Listen to Nocturnal, Tales from the Shadows on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Gorge, I listen to the Black Guy Who Tips podcast because Rod and Karen are hot.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the Black Guy Who Tips podcast. I'm your host, Rod, joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
And we're live on a Tuesday, ready to do some podcasting. Find us everywhere you get podcasts. The official weapon of the show is the folding chair, and the unofficial sport,
bullet ball.
And bullet ball extreme. Let's see, I don't know where to start. You can do yearly subscriptions on the Patreon now, so you got that going for you.
Yeah, but like Roger said, just know if you wait a little bit, you be getting a discount because we're gonna run a special.
Yeah. So we will have the yearly special coming up soon too. But just letting you guys know. And I think I was looking at one of the updates. I think it might even give you credit for how much you've already spent on Patreon. So like, I saw someone today where it's like they subscribed to the year thing and it charged them $50 because they probably already been paying for 3 months or something like that. So it's even a better reason to do it if you can do it or something like that.
But they probated. Yeah.
Unless I did the numbers wrong, in which case then we're just gonna get fucked on these numbers, and I'm so sorry to myself. And when we're unemployed next year, I'll be like really sad. But yeah. All right, y'all. Karen, do you have any banter for today? You know, I don't have any either, so I guess we can just go right into politics till we get mad.
I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black.
People have got to know whether or not their president's a crook. Well, I'm not a crook. I've earned everything I've got.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably Tennessee, that says, fool me once,
Shame on you. Fool me, we can't get fooled again.
Tell you what, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to bed.
Nicki Minaj draws liberal fury by praising Donald Trump's latest move.
That's not a surprise. She's been all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, if you needed any more signs that Nicki's clearly lost it, I feel like this is sign number one.
Mm-hmm.
So Trump threatened Nigeria with violence for what he says slaughtering of Christians, as well as Muslims they regard as apostates for failing to comport with their brand of Islam. So he's like, forget about the Epstein files. I'm willing to do some violence against the country of Nigeria.
Mm-hmm, but fuck the Muslims and the Christians here that you cut they SNAP benefits and all that stuff though, right?
That doesn't seem, I think you're saying something that doesn't seem very Christian-like, to cut people's benefits right before Thanksgiving like this and say you're not going to comply with orders to do stuff. So yeah, I hear what you're saying, Karen. I hear what you're saying. But yeah, Nicki Minaj came out and was like, yeah, I support that.
Wouldn't she also, let me know if this is a true statement, don't know, when she supposed to come out with a record and then decided not to come out with the record? Was she,
that was
she be all
that
over
was
the place,
her being, that might have been the cocaine talking. I don't know.
Okay,
because it was like she did say because of something that happened on Twitter, like, fine, I won't put the album out then or whatever, but no one knows if that's real.
Right. That's why I said it might not even be real.
Yeah. But yeah, so she said on Twitter, reading this made me feel a deep sense of gratitude. We live in a country where we can freely worship God. No group should ever be persecuted for practicing their religion. We don't have to share the same beliefs in order for us to respect each other. Numerous countries all around the world are being affected by this horror, and it's dangerous to pretend we don't notice. And of course, people are drawing the parallels to like Gaza. Like, okay, so this administration and you are clearly not speaking up for what's happening with Palestine, but you want to pull out Nigerian Christians that, and of course it plays into his Christian nationalist, type of vibes of like, oh, we can make this about Christians being actually oppressed.
Could care less about any Christians.
Yeah, he don't really care one way or the other, but it's a good distraction. Thank you to the president and his team for taking this seriously. God bless every persecuted Christian. Let's remember to lift them up in prayer. So her liberal people, talk about the government shutdown and Gaza and stuff, and she don't care, and the psycho like Barb's type people are gonna support her out of some type of like, it's just entertainment to them,
right as some form of weird loyalty.
Yeah, I just hope she realized that Trump's not gonna pardon her husband, so just you can stop.
He's not.
Not that her endorsement was gonna move anybody's needle. Like, who was waiting on the Nicki endorsement? Like, man, I was really like, which way do I go on this? And then she chimed in, and I said, "That's it, Mom Donnie's got to go." Like, but yeah, I think it's kind of trolling, and especially with her being a person that don't talk about politics much. Last time I remember her getting quote really political was about her making up a story about her cousin getting the vaccine and his
that's been years ago.
Testicles swelling or something like that.
Like, this is not true.
Yeah. So yeah, I think she's just trolling. Kid Rock gets urgent request from Special Olympics after using slur to describe his Halloween costume. Did I do this one already?
I don't think he did. Oh, so he used the R word?
Yes. He went on a Republican Jesse Waters show. The guy who is he even funny? Guys, what's the Jesse Waters joke?
I don't know.
Like, do y'all have the Jesse Waters joke? Like, is there a thing where we're like, remember how he got famous because he's so funny? Is there like a bit? Did he do stand up? What is his closer? Like, what for a comedian that's supposed to be right wing? I mean, does he do Rogan? Like, what does he do other than not be funny on Fox News? Like, even as a comedian, like, it's not like he's over there doing their version of the Daily Show. The shit is never really funny. But yeah, so he has Kid Rock on there, and of course, Kid Rock is like, I'm wearing a mask, and that makes me the R word. I think this is the clip here. It's only 40
Let me
seconds.
ask you a question. What are you going to be for Halloween?
So my whole family is doing Scooby-Doo. My son's going to be Scooby-Doo. I'm Shaggy. So I'm going to kind of dress like you. Big baggy clothes. I got long hair. I'm just going to have a little flask while I walk around. There you go.
Kid Rock put on a mask over his face.
Undercover.
The medical mask that people use to not spread COVID and diseases.
And get sick, right?
Guess what I'm going to be?
What?
Guess what I'm going to be?
Fauci?
A retard. A retard.
Okay. I guess you can be anything for
Greatest
Halloween.
costume ever.
Them both laughing it up at that. You know, we said the R word. That's why we voted for Trump. We can finally say the R word on TV because it provides such hilarious moments, like calling people the R word for wearing a mask.
All right, kid, I'll see you out there. Trick or treat.
Now, what's interesting about that is someone like Kid Rock, a lot of times these guys couch themselves because it's just PR for their job as people that do stuff like help out with Special Olympics. You know, that support, you know, when kids get sick and make a wish, that type of shit.
Yeah, because that's what a lot of times if their PR team tell them they need to do.
In response, Loretta Claiborne, the chief inspiration officer at the Organization for Special Olympics, which aims to provide year-round sports training and athletic competition in a variety of Olympic-type sports for children and adults with intellectual disabilities, released an open letter to Kid Rock. The R word deeply demeans and harms people with intellectual disabilities. I'm writing to you personally with an urgent request. Please acknowledge the hurt cause and use this moment to stand with us in rejecting that word and prejudice it represents. She explained that he has a powerful voice and a massive platform, and that as an artist and cultural figure who influences millions, you can shape conversations and attitudes across this country. And you just know it's interesting because he 100% will see it as a badge of honor to be telling this group of people, fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
That was the point.
That was the point.
People with intellectual disabilities should continue to have several generations of discrimination and humiliation in the 21st century. We're still continuing to fight for the simplest form of justice, the recognition of our full humanity, and recognition you undermine when you use the R word. So yeah, I sincerely doubt he'll respond.
Oh, no. He like she ain't said nothing, and he just won't be going to no events no more, going to the hospital. Like, and it won't even be a big thing, because it's not probably a big thing when he was dedicating hours before. Because I'm pretty sure they're speaking out because they probably have paid him or whatever to come do events or whatever,
right.
You know, because he's not trying to find, he's not a nobody, if that makes sense. And so, you know, whatever the contracts they have with him, they'll cancel it, and he won't care.
And that used to be something that wasn't controversial.
And it used to be off limits.
Like, it used to be like, well, not just off limits, but it was like, even if you're a Republican, helping kids with special needs, that's not a political thing at all. You just do that because you're a good person.
Right.
We can all agree that we should help kids.
Because these are
but
children
under this
in
new,
need.
But under this new MAGA, I don't think that is true.
It's no empathy.
When you have a eugenicist like RFK Jr. in charge of health, I think that isn't true, that people are like, we must value people who are disabled. We must value kids who have special needs. I think part of the point of them voting for Trump is taking the mask off, ironically, and being like, we're terrible people. And meanwhile, we're supposed to be like, but if I can't love Kid Rock at Thanksgiving because he's my cousin, then what? You're asking too much, America. Like, this is the kind of abhorrent views that we have to act like have equal footing in society and should have equal footing morally under the auspice of civility.
Agreed.
NBC News, 150 layoffs gut Black, Latino, Asian American, and LGBTQ plus diversity teams. NBC News eliminated its teams dedicated to covering the issues affecting Black, Asian American, Latino, and LGBTQ plus groups as part of its layoffs of about 150 staffers on Wednesday, according to two sources familiar with the matter. The cuts mean that verticals NBC BLK, NBC Asian America, NBC Latino, and NBC Out will no longer have dedicated teams bolstering their coverage. The verticals will continue to publish stories related to the specific groups, and NBC News may ultimately retain up to 5 staffers who will contribute coverage on the verticals to the newsroom, according to one source. Yeah, they're bankrupting it, taking out they're bankrupting the talent, and then I think they will use that as justification for one day they just don't have those sections.
Of course. And it's also, one of those things where, like you said, companies aren't brave, companies aren't bold, companies actually do what whoever's the administration in charge. And so before, it was diversity, and it was almost a mandate that you do diversity, and it was a problem if you, quote-unquote, didn't do diversity. You were, quote-unquote, in the public, held more accountable. But now with the people that's in charge now, they're the opposite of that. And so they're just mimicking that, like across the board. They are mimicking that. And truth be told, they did it after Obama, once he left his second term. To me, it's been a slow trickle. And Trump just justified it because they always think of anything other than white as a charity. It doesn't matter what it is, don't matter what you're covering, don't matter what you're doing. It is a motherfucking charity to them. It's not something that's a mandate. It's not something that's needed. These women don't matter. These blacks, LGBTQ, like none of those groups really matter. We're covering it because we know the masses will get mad if we don't, quote unquote, serve these groups. Even though a lot of times when they do these things, they're super serving a small percentage, but they won't put the money in the budget and shit in it and dedicate time to it to make it grow into probably what it could and should be, and or put the people in charge that would make the right decisions so that these particular things will be more valuable to them. I'm pretty sure most of them had very, very small budgets, very, very small teams. Like everything was just, a lot of them would be surprised. A lot of them, you ask a lot of them, they're working on shoestring budgets from the get-go.
CBS just, put Barry Weiss in charge, I believe, of their stuff at Paramount. And kind of going around the leadership of their news media departments to put her basically in charge, reporting directly to like the guy who's over everything. This is the move the country makes to the right. This is part of it. NBC telling you straight up, we're done covering DEI, period. Barry Weiss being in charge at CBS. It's not a coincidence. This is what happens when a country goes to the right, because what is on the left ceases being worth covering or acknowledging that those people and those stories matter. And so, yeah, I'm not surprised they cut these jobs, but I think the coverage that we were getting is going to be even worse until it's non-existent.
Agreed, and that's the whole point. And then white people would turn around and be like, why are you complaining? It's like, well, bitch, I'm not there.
Right.
And they're still going to look at you crazy and be like, well, why are you complaining? Like, we're not biased. We're not racist. We're still covering, the things that quote unquote matter to the people, but they actually are talking about white people.
The real racism is saying we should have black people. Bomb threats force closures of New Jersey polling places on Election Day. A rash of bomb threats has forced the closure of several polling places in counties across New Jersey to ensure the safety of the Garden State voters on Election Day. This is what they're going to do. Like this is the game plan. Voter suppression. They just don't want black people to have rights. And what is crazy, if you take this to the Supreme Court, they won't look at which places were targeted. They won't consider which districts are affected by this. They're just going to be like, listen, everything's fine. We don't actually need to enforce Voting Rights Act. We don't need to enforce any of this shit. Everything's fine because it's going according to plan, because it just depends on who wins. And if it's Republicans winning, then we are fine with whatever happened.
And this is why today is going to be very important, because I'm going to be watching and paying attention to a lot of these races that are going on right now, because today is voting day for the people under the sound of my voice. Some polls, I know polls in North Carolina hadn't closed yet. I think they closed like at 7. But across the country, people are voting today. And so, like I said before, I don't give a fuck about what you're doing online. I just want results. And if you're online, fussing about food stamps and snaps and WIC and all that shit, but you ain't taking your ass out to motherfucking vote, I don't want to hear your opinion. I actually don't. I'm sick and I'm tired of motherfuckers with the loudest goddamn voice that won't even do the bare minimum. I'm not asking a lot. Particularly if your vote is not suppressed. If you have the right to vote, I don't want to hear any excuses. I don't, stand in the lines if you have to. Sacrifice a little bit of your time if you have to. I'm sick and tired of people fucking complaining, and then when the results come in and not what you want, you're the loudest motherfucker out there. Well, bitch, you didn't do shit. I don't want to hear you.
So yeah, the bomb threats came in. They've reopened some of the places, but others, workers will direct residents to alternative nearby voting sites. How close is near? How will travel be secure? I hope people there, I think we have to start preparing for these things on election day, to be like, when this happens, who among us can drive people to another place to vote? Because it's gonna have to start being like, that's what you prepare for on election day, because these are the nasty tricks that these people are doing.
And they want you to be disenfranchised, and they want you to give up, and they want you to say it's not worth it and shit like this. They want to inconvenience you so fucking much till you just won't vote. But you have to be as determined as they are to do the motherfucking bombs and bomb threats and shit. You got to be just as determined to vote.
Yes.
On the latest episode of Next Question with me, Katie Couric, I sat down with Bernie Sanders, who is 84 years old, has spent 34 years in Congress, and he can still pack a rally with people a quarter of his age.
Denver, 34,000 people come out. Salt Lake City, 20,000 people out. Huge turnouts. People are really dissatisfied about the status quo.
His Fighting Oligarchy tour with AOC and other young progressives has become a movement. But is his message too far to the left? Well, he certainly doesn't think so.
Does that sound like a radical idea, Katie? Is that too far left for you?
Okay, wait. I get your point, Bernie. We talk about the billionaire class, the cost of living, and of course, the government shutdown, not to mention the current state of the Democratic Party.
To me, the failure of the Democratic Party has been an unwillingness to recognize the real issues.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Next Question with Katie Couric, and listen now.
All I know is what I've been told, and that's a half-truth is a whole lie.
For almost a decade, the murder of an 18-year-old girl from a small town in Graves County, Kentucky, went unsolved until a local homemaker, a journalist, and a handful of girls came forward with a story.
I'm telling you, we know Quincy killed her. We know.
A story that law enforcement used to convict 6 people, and that got the citizen investigator on national TV.
Through sheer persistence and nerve, this Kentucky housewife helped give justice to Jessica Curran.
My name is Maggie Freeling. I'm a Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist, producer, and I wouldn't be here if the truth were that easy to find.
I did not know her, and I did not kill her, or rape, or burn, or any of that other stuff that y'all said.
They literally made me say that I took a match and struck and threw it on her. They made me say that I poured gas on her.
From Lava for Good, this is Graves County, a show about just how far our legal system will go in order to find someone to blame.
America, y'all better wake the hell up. Bad things happen to good people in small towns.
Listen to Graves County in the Bone Valley feed on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. And to binge the entire season ad-free, subscribe to Lava for Good Plus on Apple Podcasts.
In early 1988, federal agents raced to track down the gang they suspect of importing millions of dollars worth of heroin into New York from Asia.
We had 30 agents ready to go with shotguns and rifles and you name it.
But what they find is not what they expected.
Basically, your stay-at-home moms were picking up these large amounts of heroin.
They go, is this your daughter? I said, yes. They go, oh, you may not see her for like 25 years.
Caught between a federal investigation and the violent gang who recruited them, the women must decide who they're willing to protect and who they dare to betray.
Once I saw the gun, I tried to take his hand and I saw the flash of light.
Listen to the Chinatown Sting on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere you get your podcasts.
Hey there, I'm Kyle MacLachlan. You might know me as that guy from Twin Peaks, Sex and the City, or just the Internet's dad. I have a new podcast called What Are We Even Doing?, where I embark on a noble quest to understand the brilliant chaos of youth culture.
Daddy's looking good.
Each week, I invite someone fascinating to join me. Actors, musicians, creatives, highly evolved digital life forms. And we talk about what they love.
Sometimes I'll drizzle a little honey in there, too, if I'm feeling sexy in the morning.
What keeps them going.
And you're maybe my biggest competition on social media.
Like when a kid says bruh to me.
And how they're navigating this high-speed roller coaster we call reality.
In Australia, you're looking out for snakes, spiders, and boys.
Right. Hey, he's no Trey McDougal. No. Chill.
This is like the comments section of my Instagram.
Join me and my delightful guests every Thursday, and let's get weird together in a good way. Listen to What Are We Even Doing on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, I'm Nora Jones, and I love playing music with people so much that my podcast called Playing Along is back. I sit down with musicians from all musical styles to play songs together in an intimate setting. Every episode's a little bit different, but it all involves music and conversation with some of my favorite musicians. Over the past 2 seasons, I've had special guests like Dave Grohl, Leve, Rufus Wainwright, Remy Wolf, Mark Rebier, Mavis Staples, really too many to name. And there's still so much more to come in this new season, including the powerful psychedelic duo Black Pumas, my old pal and longtime songwriting friend Jesse Harris, and the legendary Lucinda Williams. Listen to Nora Jones is Playing Along on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Do a couple more. This is from the New York Post, which is a conservative-leaning paper, I believe. New York Post. Heritage Foundation in revolt over Tucker Carlson defense after controversial Nick Fuentes interview. Footsie with literal Nazis. Nick Fuentes is like Charlie Kirk shadow self. Like if Charlie Kirk had no code switch in him, that would be Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes is a guy who just says stuff like, I would never want to live around black people, and just racist shit. So I guess it's causing an internal disagreement between some Republicans. DC has been conservative think tanks in DC has been roiled by its president's embrace of Tucker Carlson after the conservative podcaster hosted white nationalist Nick Fuentes. Internal chats reviewed by the Post show high-ranking members of the Heritage Foundation told each other privately how embarrassed and disgusted they were by Kevin Roberts' ridiculous decision to come to Tucker Carlson's defense over to sit down with Fuentes, 27, who has expressed anti-Semitic views and denied that the Holocaust happened. I'm disgusted by this and don't understand how this premeditated, orchestrated response could come out of one of the biggest think tanks in the world. Another declared the incident was the most embarrassed I've ever been to be a Heritage employee. It's not close. Says a lot because, Heritage back everything Republicans are doing. Mm-hmm. And Carlson's and I think what happens is I think the president of their org may have just misunderstood how some people within the org figured out what was going on, because I think he's like, no guys, we're 2 degrees removed from the racism. That's okay. Like, it's not like we had Nick Fuentes in here. We had the guy who had Nick Fuentes in here, and we've always moved that way as Republicans in public. Like, in public, we not gonna go get the Klan, But if a sheriff in this town of the Klan who might be part of the Klan, but we don't know he in the Klan, if that guy wants to come and say the same things the Klan would say,
I'm good with that.
That is how we typically move with our racism. We don't just go straight to the source. And I think for some reason this had to shock them that this late in the game there were people like, I don't know if I agree with that.
Yeah.
Like Marjorie Taylor Greene is trying to make a pivot too, to like the Republican who's like, I don't know if I would go as far as Trump and these guys. And I'm surprised that it took this long, because that lane has been open since John McCain died. Like the lane since Liz Cheney was ousted, there's been a lane of like, yeah, I don't know if I'm with this shit. And I was like, one of these grifters got to fill it, because it's getting too full on the I just love Trump train.
Yeah, it is. And
so
everybody ain't going to get selected or picked.
So she's decided to make that move. But there are people who probably, to some extent, have some legitimate trepidation about going too far. Now, you notice in this article, they didn't bring up any of the racist shit against black people and brown people. It was Jews.
Right.
Because there's people that are Christian nationalists that also don't feel like they think anti-Semitism is wrong.
Yes, they do.
And Carlson's 2-hour interview, which racked up 17 million views on X. Oh, that's right. He's working for Twitter directly, right? Tucker Carlson went straight to Twitter or some shit. I forget. I know Don Lemon tried to do it for a while. Anyway, Fuentes called himself a fan of Soviet dictator Joseph Stalin and denounced the influence of organized Jewry in the U.S. I didn't even know Jewry was a word. How deep cut of a racist you got to be for the word Jewry to be a word?
I don't know.
That you just use to people and don't explain what it is. While Carlson accused American Christians who support the state of Israel of being heretics with a brain virus, Roberts, 51, released a video statement October 30th, 3 days after the interview was posted, condemning efforts by conservatives that aimed at canceling our own people. So he's like, y'all not too much on Tucker Carlson. That's what he was saying. Now y'all not gonna do Tucker, not on my watch. We will always defend our friends against the slander of bad actors who serve someone else's agenda. That includes Tucker Carlson, who remains, as I've said before, always will be a close friend of the Heritage Foundation. His statement has more than 23 million views on Twitter. The venomous coalition attacking him are sowing division. Their attempt to cancel will fail.
I like that infighting, because when they look like you can't turn around and call them names, because you got to, quote unquote, have some form of decorum and respect for them, because they look just like you.
Well, they both, this conservative on conservative infighting too. I disagree with and even abhor things that Nick Fuentes has said, but canceling him is not the answer either. They trying to extend that Charlie Kirk all the way out to him too. The following day, according to internal email, Roberts' chief of staff, Ryan Niehaus, was reassigned to work as a senior advisor focused on housing issues, which one source described as the Siberia of heritage. A heritage spokesperson confirmed to Post Monday that Niehaus had since offered his resignation, which was accepted. So he quit basically over this. Ryan is a good man. We appreciate his service. We have no doubt he will serve the movement in another capacity, a spokesperson said. The ripple effect from Roberts' statement has gone beyond staff issues, with sources close to the think tank saying that it's been hemorrhaging evangelical Christian and Jewish contributors. They're just finally making the move. They're pulling out the mask and being like, it was never about Christianity at all. Nope. It's not about that. It's about domination and hatred and bigotry.
It's about whoever them others is.
The last 6 of y'all that didn't know, congrats. Now you find out.
Now you finding out.
This is ridiculous. On the one hand, KDR Roberts says that we can't cancel our own people, referring to Tucker and Fuentes, when on the other hand, he literally canceled the Boston College Republicans by calling them a bunch of soft men to whom the future doesn't belong, said one Heritage staffer in a private group. So that means someone in the group snitching, because that's how the Post got it. Somebody taking screenshots. A second asked whether members of the think tank were part of a venomous coalition for calling out Tucker for playing footsie with literal Nazis. Saying we can't cancel someone is safe space wokeism. Oh, not them turning their words on each other. Oh.
They ain't got the slang, do they?
For the first time ever, I'm happy white people stole something from black people. Like, don't take that wokeism and be mad at each other with it. We stopped saying it anyway.
Yes, we have.
Y'all got it. Listen, you're the one being woke. No, you're woke, motherfucker. If we are labeled on the same side as Nick Fuentes, then we deserve to lose, chimed in a fourth Heritage colleague who later added, talking with some of the interns, I think there are a growing number of them who actually agree with the views Fuentes espoused. You don't fucking say. Oh, we just kind of do bigotry through the law. We didn't think we would be hiring people that, were bigots. I was as surprised as y'all to find out they actually believe this shit. Roberts issued a second statement October 31st, affirming that he stood against Fuentes' vicious anti-Semitic ideology, his Holocaust denial, and his relentless conspiracy theories that echo the darkest chapters of history. Keep in mind, one, he trying to get right because he know he fucked up. So he coming back with a statement. I don't agree with him now. But also, Pete, it's just the anti-Semitism. And I think that's because Republicans and Christian conservatives do believe in supporting Israel. When they attack Democrats, and this is why Democrats in our country are where they're at on the issues with Israel and Palestine, the attack on Democrats is they don't support Israel enough. So to platform an anti-Semite is hard to do and then parse the whole
hard sell.
Yeah, it's a hard sell to be like, but we support Israel even more than the Democrats. Well, the Democrats aren't denying the Holocaust. They're not putting Nick Fuentes on their favorite shows and talking to him for 2 hours like he's a chum.
And you know what? To me, all I see is a cotton white, a off-white, a vanilla white,
alabaster,
a cream,
eggshell.
All that shit look the same to me.
Yeah. So yeah, anyway, they fighting over there. The girls are fighting. Roberts has since been interviewed several times. Oh, not several times. He's in full meltdown. He's like, get me on TV. I got to explain. Describing his entry into the debate as aimed at providing nuance on a lightning rod issue that involved free speech and Americans' relations with Israel. You can detest things that people say as I and Heritage do. What am I giving him he probably talk like, you can detest things that people say as I and Heritage do about so much of what Fuentes has said without making the tactical error of saying that they ought to be canceled. Because if you can cancel him, then all that will happen is that his audience will grow. He trying to act like, no, I'm doing it to keep him from being a big deal. You were calling Tucker Carlson a friend. You were like, you're not going to cancel him or Nick Fuentes over my dead body. Roberts also has stressed that his staffers will absolutely not face repercussions for speaking out against the incident and its fallout. That's not how we operate at Heritage. Yeah, because once you said you don't cancel nobody, you can't be like, but I'm canceling the people that calling me out because, they fired.
Right.
It's certainly not how I ever operated in a long career of leadership. We value all our people, appreciate their service, and stand unequivocally with those denouncing anti-Semitism. So, yeah. And I guess good luck to them. Bad luck to them. Is there a way where all of them can turn on each other?
Right, all of them lose.
This is the Princeton University professor Robert P. George, who served the Heritage Board of Trustees since 2019.
Why does it look like KFC's first cousin?
He looked like Lieutenant Sanders.
Colonel Sanders.
He looked like
I said KFC cousin. I meant Colonel Sanders cousin.
No, I'm saying he looked like I think you were right. He looked like KFC's cousin. He looked like Lieutenant Sanders. This is Corporal Sanders.
Yes.
That's Tucker Carlson, of course. And then they don't have pictures. Oh, and then this is Nick Fuentes. Yeah, man. Anyway, they fighting. And the thing is, we already know which side gonna win. You can't be half in with racism.
No, you can't.
Can't be half in with bigotry.
No.
That side is already winning over there.
Mm-hmm.
The ones who took a stand, they gonna be the ones that get kicked out.
Yeah, they are. That's if they stay dedicated to the cause. Because what happens is everybody wants to group and everybody wants to be a clique and nobody wants to be left out. And I feel like when it comes to them, they don't want to lose their connections in their group and their clique or whatever. Their family members, like they don't want that turn that's going to happen if they decide to choose. So a lot of them just stay in whiteness.
George Clooney says replacing Joe Biden with Kamala Harris was a mistake.
You know how I feel about that? No shit. Like I said, I've been mad from the very beginning. And also, kiss my ass. But why the fuck?
This is the thing. You wrote the op-ed saying Biden should step down when there was less than 90 days left. You wrote it in, like, the New York Times. Like, you wrote it in the biggest place. It eroded the goodwill. He stepped down.
Because that's what y'all
Who
wanted.
the fuck was supposed to step up? Kamala Harris. It's the only choice we had.
Right.
And you even said you were happy with that choice because I remember reading that. And I said, because you better be, bitch. You started a lot of this. Or you escalated it to a point. Because once George Clooney chimes in, it's not a story that's going away. But I had a bit of reticence the entire time about this whole thing because I said, I'm okay with Kamala Harris being president. I prefer her to be president. Honestly.
I guess, yes.
I don't know why we need to change anything because if Joe Biden is truly incapable of being the president, if he wins re-election, then anything that happens to him in office, the next person in charge is Kamala Harris, which would make her the president.
Right.
That's fine by me.
Me too.
But no, you motherfuckers like, nah, you trust us. We gonna do the right thing. And then you fucking didn't. I voted for Kamala.
I do too.
But white people, the percentages, we have it. The turnout, we know. You did not. Went more and more towards Trump, you know? Young white dudes, especially. So, to come back and be like, yeah, the mistake was her being in there, it just makes me feel like y'all always didn't want her.
No,
and I
they
knew
didn't.
that from the fucking jump. That's what I suspected. Was this is just a way of saying the reason you're gonna be dissatisfied with her is not because of her record, because they actually had a good economy and everything. When you say record, which the only thing you can really hit them for was Gaza, because inflation wasn't there. They weren't making these policies like Trump is. Inflation wasn't their albatross because every country in the world was dealing with inflation and we had the least of all the major countries. So it wasn't any logical fiscal argument. It was simply either Gaza, which you just wanted her to come in and be like, man, F Israel, we not fucking with them no more. It's Palestine all day, which you know immediately loses her the election and you go, she's a terrible candidate. What kind of mistake was that? Okay. Or she could run against Biden while being his vice president, which you knew wouldn't work. And then, of course, she lost by 2% or some shit like that. And we knew that y'all would fold and come back and be like, yeah, it was her fault. They shouldn't have ran her. Should have had a primary. Monday morning quarterbacking, because what you could have said was, yo, this kind of on me.
Yeah, you don't want to take any personal responsibility.
He was like, oh man, I didn't really have a choice when I was at that party. I just had to do something.
You didn't have to.
We had a chance. I wanted there to be, as I wrote in the op-ed, a primary. So he wanted a primary, meaning they didn't want Kamala Harris. Because everybody who says a primary is a fucking liar. I'm just telling y'all right now, I don't care who you are. I know some of y'all think y'all believe that shit. No, you don't. What you really believe is you didn't want to vote for Kamala Harris. So you're like, gotta be somebody, anybody. I'll take anybody. Anyone. Gretchen Whitmer. Nobody you named would have had any more name recognition, any more experience on the job than Kamala Harris. Right. There was not a single name you could pull up that you could be like, now that person has been president or vice president, and that's who we need to make president.
And on top of that, they didn't have access to the money. So what the fuck, they don't have to raise money?
Right. And you're not going to bring, none of you suggested Hillary Clinton.
No, they did
right?
not.
You just wanted somebody else. You know, and I'm not even trying to say the names because that's not like I dislike these people, but there's a reason they wouldn't have run against her even if it was an open primary. They was like, get down and lay down. We get it. We don't have time for this shit.
Right, and also the thing is, once Joe came out and basically endorsed her, literally every name, nope. So it's like, the fuck, we're not going to have a primary because everybody's going to be like, we're not going to do this.
And George, you're not in the party. You're not running the apparatus. So this whole like we shit is we whenever it's a mistake, but it's never I. It's I when you want to just be like, hey, they could have did better.
Right, because I never agreed with your op-ed in the first place.
We had a chance. I wanted there to be, as I wrote in the op-ed, a primary. Let's battle test this quickly and get it up and going. I think the mistake with it being Kamala, she had to run against her own record. It's very hard to do if the point of running is to say, I'm not that person. It's hard to do, and so she was given a very tough task. I think it was a mistake, quite honestly. But we are where we are. We were going to lose more House seats, they say, so I don't know. To not do it would be to say, I'm not going to tell the truth. He talked about writing that article. Now, in that article, he said, we're not going to win in November with this president. And we won't win the House. We won't win the Senate, all this shit. So, yeah. And, of course, Hunter Biden said, fuck him, and everyone around him. I don't have to be fucking nice.
Me and him, we got the same energy because I don't want to hear.
Clooney said he saw those comments. I could spend a lot of time debunking many things he said, but the reality is I don't think looking backwards like that is helpful to anyone. Well, of course not when you're the one that helped fuck it up. Particularly to him, I don't think it's helpful to the Democratic Party, so I'm just going to wish him well on his ongoing recovery. I hope he does well and just leave it at that. I have many personal opinions about it, but I don't find it to be helpful to have a public spat with him.
All right, because you're talking about his daddy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but also, this is, once again, it's the whitest, I'm rich, I don't have skin in the game, I'm gonna just go back to doing movies. Politics was like a fun little distraction, like betting on the sports team, but I don't really have to live with the consequences of any of this shit.
Nope.
So good luck, Democrats, figuring out your party. I tried to help by fucking it all up, but that ain't on me, it's on you. I'm just ready to move on. Ain't we all ready to just move on? Like, of course you can just move on. You're rich, white, famous. Like, you just gonna go put out a movie and be fine. So fuck him.
Right, and it's something that nobody asked for in the last place. When the last time somebody goes, what the fuck George Clooney think?
Right. Anyway. All right, let's move on to something else. What kind of segments do I have here that I feel like covering? Nope, I don't feel like. Okay, we'll do some white people news. How about that? White people news. Boom.
White people news. We're bringing egg salad to the barbecue. We might be problematic or a little bit dim. That sounds really harsh on our fragile pink skin. It's white people news.
On the latest episode of Next Question with me, Katie Couric, I sat down with Bernie Sanders, who is 84 years old, has spent 34 years in Congress, and he can still pack a rally with people a quarter of his age.
Denver, 34,000 people come out. Salt Lake City, 20,000 people out. Huge turnouts. People are really dissatisfied about the status quo.
His Fighting Oligarchy tour with AOC and other young progressives has become a movement. But is his message too far to the left? Well, he certainly doesn't think so.
Does that sound like a radical idea, Katie? Is that too far left for you?
Okay, wait. I get your point, Bernie. We talk about the billionaire class, the cost of living, and of course, the government shutdown, not to mention the current state of the Democratic Party.
To me, the failure of the Democratic Party has been an unwillingness to recognize the real issues.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Next Question with Katie Couric, and listen now.
All I know is what I've been told, and that's a half-truth is a whole lie.
For almost a decade, the murder of an 18-year-old girl from a small town in Graves County, Kentucky, went unsolved until a local homemaker, a journalist, and a handful of girls came forward with a story.
I'm telling you, we know Quincy killed her. We know.
A story that law enforcement used to convict 6 people and that got the citizen investigator on national TV.
Through sheer persistence and nerve, this Kentucky housewife helped give justice to Jessica Curran.
My name is Maggie Freeling. I'm a Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist, producer, and I wouldn't be here if the truth were that easy to find.
I did not know her, and I did not kill her, or rape, or burn, or any of that other stuff that y'all said.
They literally made me say that I took a match and struck and threw it on her. They made me say that I poured gas on her.
From Lava for Good, this is Graves County, a show about just how far our legal system will go in order to find someone to blame.
America, y'all better wake the hell up. Bad things happens to good people in small towns.
Listen to Graves County in the Bone Valley feed on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. And to binge the entire season ad-free, subscribe to Lava for Good Plus on Apple Podcasts.
In early 1988, federal agents raced to track down the gang they suspect of importing millions of dollars worth of heroin into New York from Asia.
We had 30 agents ready to go with shotguns and rifles and you name it.
But what they find is not what they expected.
Basically, your stay-at-home moms were picking up these large amounts of heroin.
They go, "Is this your daughter?" I said, "Yes." They go, "Oh, you may not see her for like 25 years."
Caught between a federal investigation and the violent gang who recruited them, the women must decide who they're willing to protect and who they dare to betray.
Once I saw the gun, I tried to take his hand and I saw the flash of light.
Listen to the Chinatown Sting on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere you get your podcasts.
Hey there, I'm Kyle MacLachlan. You might know me as that guy from Twin Peaks, Sex and the City, or just the Internet's dad. I have a new podcast called What Are We Even Doing?, where I embark on a noble quest to understand the brilliant chaos of youth culture.
Daddy's looking good.
Each week, I invite someone fascinating to join me. Actors, musicians, creatives, highly evolved digital life forms. And we talk about what they love.
Sometimes I'll drizzle a little honey in there, too, if I'm feeling sexy in the morning.
What keeps them going.
And you're maybe my biggest competition on social media.
Like when a kid says bruh to me.
And how they're navigating this high-speed roller coaster we call reality.
In Australia, you're looking out for snakes, spiders, and boys.
Right. Hey, he's no Trey McDougal. No. Chill.
This is like the comments section of my Instagram.
Join me and my delightful guests every Thursday, and let's get weird together in a good way. Listen to What Are We Even Doing on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, I'm Nora Jones, and I love playing music with people so much that my podcast called Playing Along is back. I sit down with musicians from all musical styles to play songs together in an intimate setting. Every episode's a little bit different, but it all involves music and conversation with some of my favorite musicians. Over the past 2 seasons, I've had special guests like Dave Grohl, Leve, Rufus Wainwright, Remy Wolf, Mark Rebier, Mavis Staples, really too many to name. And there's still so much more to come in this new season, including the powerful psychedelic duo Black Pumas, my old pal and longtime songwriting friend Jesse Harris, and the legendary Lucinda Williams. Listen to Nora Jones is Playing Along on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
White people news. Let's see what's going on. Let's lighten this bad boy up. I'll stop being mad at the other white people like George Clooney and Jon Stewart and the love of his uncle and shit. And let's move on to some white people that aren't bothering us as much at all.
Okay.
Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz will be, they're both actors, will be reuniting for another Mummy movie.
And when was the last one? Like 15, 20 years ago? It's been forever since we had a Mummy movie. What is Mummy 45?
1999, which is 26 years ago.
I know it's been a hot minute.
And they did the sequel in 2001 with The Mummy's Return.
Mm-hmm.
He was in 2008's The Mummy Tomb of the Dragon Emperor, and she didn't appear in that one because, you know, women aren't allowed to get more older than 30 back then. The Mummy was redone in 2017 with Tom Cruise, but nobody watched it.
That one was bad.
So now, filmmakers Martin Bettinelli Open and Tyler Gillett are set to direct the fourth installment, which does not yet have a release date or title. Mummy Foe. So
I know they put a bunch of them out, and I think I've seen every Mummy in the theater. I think me and you have probably seen every one of them.
I saw the Scorpion King.
Oh, the Scorpion.
That was the worst.
Yeah, ain't that the one with The Rock?
Yeah.
Oh, that one was terrible.
That was the worst.
Bad CGI. Oh, just all around, just a bad movie.
Yeah, I hated that joint. But,
it was boring.
I think the nostalgia of it also helps because, like, those movies kind of were silly and aged differently than like now. Mm-hmm. I feel like now we're a lot more sophisticated. We've seen all these superhero films. But maybe if they do a campy type of just, hey, remember the Mummy, it might work. I don't know. Justin Baldoni's $400 million lawsuit against Blake Lively has officially been shut down because he missed a court-imposed deadline to amend his claims.
Yeah, because he wasn't taking it seriously when he, it's one of those things, like you say, it's about him making the splash with the lawsuit than it is about the actual end result, because what you're saying, most people won't cover nor follow.
Yes, and like, I'm not trying to be a dick, but I'm gonna have to be a little bit of a dick to just in general. People are so fucking stupid.
Yes, they are.
They have fallen for it worked. What he needed to accomplish with this lawsuit worked.
Yes.
With the preemptive campaign that was like begrudging her career and besmirching her career, it already worked, because how many of y'all listening right now don't feel comfortable being like, yeah, that guy's a fucking weird predator fucking weirdo.
Yes, he is.
Who tried to crush this woman's career before she was going to be able to like get it out first. Mm-hmm. He hit, and we have evidence from the PR firm that did the smearing.
Yes.
We actually have evidence, and yet how many of y'all are like, I don't know, they both seem kind of bad to me.
Yes, a lot of people go, it's neutral, and you go, I don't think this was neutral.
And that's all they want out of it. It's what Johnny Depp got out of it.
Yes, sir.
Like, you just basically got to get people into a place where they combine not caring with not knowing, and then going, I don't know, sound like they're both bad people. And
you know what? They treat that a lot of times like politics. When you do that, it's because you're not really paying attention. I hate to be like that when you just be like, all right, both sides are the same almost. A lot of times because you're not really following and you're not paying attention, but you know everybody's talking about it.
Yeah, and I even say it's like an area where it's okay not to know.
Right.
As opposed to like politics or something important where it's like, damn, you don't know, that's bad. You don't know that. With this, everyone, you don't want to seem like you know too much about celebrity shit. Because, like, you're a loser. You fucking parasocial parasite. Why? Who gives a fuck about these white folks at a time like this? But this was one where every time I read, because, it's one, it just starts with, we hate a woman out of nowhere. And I'm like, okay, so I guess we hate them now. And then when you start looking for the evidence, it's like TikToks and conspiracies and scuttlebutt and rumors. And I'm like, okay.
Well, then what's the evidence, y'all, right?
Right. And then anything that applies to the dude, it's like, that shit don't count. Mm-mm. So it's interesting to watch this shit work in real time, but missing a court deadline is essentially just throwing up the white flag, like, fuck it.
Right.
Like, mission accomplished. Like, and if anyone ever asked, was my dismissal because that my complaint was tossed out, I'll go, no, it's because I missed a deadline. But what'd you miss a deadline for? Refiling because my complaint was tossed out. So it was tossed out, but he can now go, no, it's a technicality. Now, why the fuck would you forget? You don't got nothing else going on. Why would you forget the most important fucking deadline in the case?
Right. And also it's one of those things too where for the movie that she was doing with him at the time, the cast nor the crew toured with him. They didn't go around with him. They were separated. Like it's a lot of things. Because we were paying attention because you were covering a lot of this. Like kind of keeping.
I had to read all this shit, and then what really made me pay attention was the people that were so adamant that she was a piece of shit and he was a perfect angel. And they were on my Facebook page, and that's when I was like, oh, this reminds me of Johnny Depp. This reminds me of so many things where it's like, oh no, Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. It reminded me of that. Like, I'm happy to be wrong, but I haven't seen anything that proved me wrong other than, the rumor is her and Taylor Swift fell out over this. That's the rumor, because she had evidence that she presented in court. We've seen text messages between his team, like
actual proof, not no hearsay.
So anyway, Prince Andrew stripped of all royal titles. He now just young Drew. I don't know what he goes by.
Oh.
Big Drew dog? I don't know. He goes, he's now Andrew Mountbatten of Windsor.
So
that was his name?
So he's not a prince no more?
No. He got stripped of his titles, royal titles. Well, he Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. Not of Windsor. I see why he went by King Prince Andrew, because that's a lot to remember, and it's not cool. It don't sound cool. With Mountbatten, Windsor? All right. But yeah, because I guess his consequences for being friends with a pedophile and flying on his plane and being accused of sexually assaulting girls over there in that country must be nice.
They must got some documentations, and somebody read it and was like, hey, Prince Charles. He was like, oh, no.
I guess you can't just be president over there and do these things. Huh.
Right.
What is it like to have that kind of country?
I mean, he'd still be fine. He just won't be a prince.
I mean, I just don't know. I just wish I knew what it was like to live in a place where people was like, not even the hanging out with a guy like that is okay. Like, you was hanging out with Epstein, dog. You out of here.
Something wrong.
Like, here in this country, we'd be like, well, what if we shut down the government instead of releasing these files? Like, that's where we live.
Right.
What if we don't swear in this congresswoman because she might vote to release them files? So we just pretend that it's about the Democrats and SNAP benefits when it's really about this shit. And Joe Rogan ain't gonna say shit?
Of course not.
Rarely seen Kim Basinger steps out with daughter Ireland and grandbaby for 3 generations sushi date.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yes, Kim Basinger.
Be minding her business.
I remember she was showing that, as the kids say, serving cunt in Basic Instinct. Because I remember she did, I think she was the one that did the leg uncrossing, right? Wasn't that Kim Basinger?
If I'm not mistaken, it was.
I think so. I hope I didn't confuse her with Michelle Pfeiffer.
I'm about to say, you have to be of a certain age to even know who that lady is.
Yeah. She was all about it. It was all about her.
They said that was Sharon Stone.
Sharon Stone, okay. It was, but Kim Basinger was another one of these like blonde bombshell foxes. I see. She was offered the role, but Sharon Stone got it because she turned it down. Okay, I guess I got my shit confused. My bad, guys. But yeah, Kim Basinger though, she was
she was Vicky Vale.
Yes, and Batman. She was like a stone cold white lady fox of her time. And now she's done the unforgivable and aged and has a daughter in the family. She went out as a grandmama, y'all. She's a gilf now. LA Confidential.
Yeah, she's been around. Like I said,
like
I said, she probably hasn't really acted like a real long time. So you have to be of a certain age to even remember her from her heyday.
Yeah. Which, I guess is shocking to us to be like, oh my God, she's a person now. She didn't wear, she didn't, and all that means is she just didn't put on some "I'ma fuck your man" clothes. Because if she put them on and went out, we still would be like, oh nah, she's still her.
Oh yeah, she's still gonna be fine at her age.
Yeah. Now I didn't know her. Ireland Baldwin was seen holding daughter Holland while joined by her partner. So Basinger, Ireland Baldwin, and the model's little girl Holland. So That's her daughter?
I'm assuming so.
I did not know that.
No, I didn't even know that. Yeah.
So are the Baldwins and Basingers related in some type of way? Like, was she married to Alec Baldwin or something?
Who knows? Possibility.
She was 71. She was dressed in an oversized gray zip-up sweatshirt layered over a baggy tee and navy sweatpants.
Oh, and they said yes, she was.
Okay. All right. See, I'm learning this white stuff every day, guys. Ireland 30 went makeup free and wore her hair in a messy bun for the outing. She wore overall shorts, sneakers, and maroon crossbody bag while carrying her and Rack's kid. Rack. All right. The husband name is Rack. Her partner Rack. Yeah, say Rack. R-A-C. All caps. Do it stand for something?
Mm-hmm.
Boy, these whites are different. Yeah, is that what they think about us when we be like, that's Dr. Dre? And they like, did he go, what school? Like, oh, no, that's just what he called himself. Rack born Andre Allen Anjos, in Ireland were in full parental mode. Rack carried Holland's tiny sneakers. Who the fuck is Rack and what do he do?
What do he do?
Rack, Rack, Ireland and Rack started dating in 2021, announced they were going to be parents later that year. Couple confirmed the arrival of child. What the fuck, dude? What's a Rack? I'm racking my brain because I never heard of this man. They don't describe what he does in this article other than being her partner.
Then that's all that matters because they don't know. The person that wrote this article don't know either.
Well, I'm typing.
He might as well be others.
Right, a mystery man.
That's what they'd been better off saying that.
What does Rack do? Rent a center. Recovery audit contractor. Nobody know who Rack is. Okay, Rack, musician. Better known by his stage name as Ack, is an American musician and record producer. He created more than 200 remixes of rock, electronica, and dance. Oh, so he making that super white people shit. He must be making that oosh, 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 that shit. Boosh, boosh, boosh.
Yeah.
Y'all ready for it? Yeah. But they just be playing random clips and just changing the beat and they get paid a lot of money and shoot bubbles from the ceiling.
Everybody dancing and high shit.
Everybody dance now. Y'all ready?
Yes.
In 3, 2, 1, let's go now. Boom, boom, boom. Like, damn, y'all don't got a headache?
Yes.
And then want to gentrify our neighborhoods and be like, can you turn the go-go music down? God damn.
All these fucking drums.
I'm trying to sleep. Where are the bubbles and the flashing lights and the glow sticks? Because if I'm not rolling on ecstasy, I can't even get it. I can't get down to this.
Right.
All right, let's get to the last thing, guys. Do a little bit of guess the race, and then we'll wrap this thing up.
It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race.
On the latest episode of Next Question with me, Katie Couric, I sat down with Bernie Sanders, who is 84 years old, has spent 34 years in Congress, and he can still pack a rally with people a quarter of his age.
Denver, 34,000 people come out. Salt Lake City, 20,000 people out. Huge turnouts. People are really dissatisfied about the status quo.
His Fighting Oligarchy tour with AOC and other young progressives has become a movement. But is his message too far to the left? Well, he certainly doesn't think so.
Does that sound like a radical idea, Katie? Is that too far left for you?
Okay, wait. I get your point, Bernie. We talk about the billionaire class, the cost of living, and of course, the government shutdown, not to mention the current state of the Democratic Party.
To me, the failure of the Democratic Party has been an unwillingness to recognize the real issues.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Next Question with Katie Couric, and listen now.
All I know is what I've been told, and that's a half-truth is a whole lie.
For almost a decade, the murder of an 18-year-old girl from a small town in Graves County, Kentucky, went unsolved until a local homemaker, a journalist, and a handful of girls came forward with a story.
I'm telling you, we know Quincy killed her. We know.
A story that law enforcement used to convict 6 people. and that got the citizen investigator on national TV.
Through sheer persistence and nerve, this Kentucky housewife helped give justice to Jessica Curran.
My name is Maggie Freeling. I'm a Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist, producer, and I wouldn't be here if the truth were that easy to find.
I did not know her, and I did not kill her, or rape, or burn, or any of that other stuff that y'all said.
They literally made me say that I took a match and struck and threw it on her. They made me say that I poured gas on her.
From Lava for Good, this is Graves County, a show about just how far our legal system will go in order to find someone to blame.
America, y'all better wake the hell up. Bad things happen to good people in small towns.
Listen to Graves County in the Bone Valley feed on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. And to binge the entire season ad-free, subscribe to Lava for Good Plus on Apple Podcasts.
In early 1988, federal agents raced to track down the gang they suspect of importing millions of dollars worth of heroin into New York from Asia.
We had 30 agents ready to go with shotguns and rifles and you name it.
But what they find is not what they expected.
Basically, your stay-at-home moms were picking up these large amounts of heroin.
They go, "Is this your daughter?" I said, "Yes." They go, "Oh, you may not see her for like 25 years.
Caught between a federal investigation and the violent gang who recruited them, the women must decide who they're willing to protect and who they dare to betray.
Once I saw the gun, I tried to take his hand and I saw the flash of light.
Listen to the Chinatown Sting on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere you get your podcasts.
Hey there, I'm Kyle MacLachlan. You might know me as that guy from Twin Peaks, Sex and the City, or just the Internet's dad. I have a new podcast called What Are We Even Doing?, where I embark on a noble quest to understand the brilliant chaos of youth culture.
Daddy's looking good.
Each week, I invite someone fascinating to join me. Actors, musicians, creatives, highly evolved digital life forms. And we talk about what they love.
Sometimes I'll drizzle a little honey in there, too, if I'm feeling sexy in the morning.
What keeps them going.
And you're maybe my biggest competition on social media.
Like when a kid says bruh to me.
And how they're navigating this high-speed roller coaster we call reality.
In Australia, you're looking out for snakes, spiders, and boys.
Right. Hey, he's no Trey McDougal. No. Chill.
This is like the comments section of my Instagram.
Join me and my delightful guests every Thursday, and let's get weird together in a good way. Listen to What Are We Even Doing on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
The Rich Russians Falling Out of Windows podcast is back. Sad Oligarch Season 2. Since we left you in 2023 after Season 1, many politically motivated Russian millionaires have continued to die in suspicious circumstances. We dig deeper into these odd deaths, which include everything from mushroom poisoning and mysterious heart attacks to window clumsiness and suicide by decapitation. One thing we have found since we started back in 2022 is the information on the suspicious deaths has become much harder to find. Not just that, it seems as if state-controlled media in Russia is being utilized to purposely confuse and contradict the reporting that gets put out. As you can probably imagine, Season 2 gets very weird. Listen to Sad Oligarch on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
I hope it burns your effing house down. Oh. Man used tiki torch to set fire to pride and other flags, said he was fighting for the children.
What?
He believed the children are our future.
He smelled like such another candles too.
An Ohio man is accused of setting flags ablaze at Cincinnati homes, with videos capturing his pleasure in his illicit deeds and saying at one point, "I hope it burns your effing house down." Thomas Niehaus, 52, faces 7 counts of aggravated arson, 3 counts of aggravated arson, Now the suspect also faces a multi-count federal indictment for his alleged actions. They say he targeted the home of people displaying pride flags. I just feel like this administration gonna be like, well, obviously he's cleared of the federal crimes. That's what did he do was wrong. The defendant allegedly roamed around Cincinnati in the neighborhoods of Clifton and Northside looking for targets. At one point, setting fire to a yard sign with a picture of a Ukrainian flag. I am deeply disturbed and outraged by these arsons, Pillage said while announcing the indictment. These were not acts of random vandalism. They were targeted, hateful attempts to intimidate and silence members of our community. Everyone deserves to feel safe and seen in their own neighborhood, she added. We will not tolerate hate in any form. We stand firmly with our LGBTQIA plus neighbors so they know they are supported, valued, and protected. So yeah, he got federally indicted. He used a tiki torch and tiki torch fuel to burn the flags while drunk and was full of rage. And he wanted to send them a message by burning the flags. He also said to have written a statement admitting to setting the fires, claiming that after hearing from his friend, he felt he had to absolutely do something.
Open and shut case.
I mean, he didn't want the prosecutor to work hard
at all.
Authorities stress how the smaller fires could have caused house fires due to proximity of the flags to the homes and possibility of wind playing a role. So there you go, Karen. Guess the race of Mr. Thomas Nyhouse.
Khaki shorts, ashy knees, white.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, already doing
Said fuel will not replace us.
Yeah, come on, tiki torches and cinnamon candles. Come on, the whole outfit.
January 6th, white, he just a kid that didn't mean to do this, white, a low down, dirty white bastard. The correct answer is white. Everyone got it. Yeah. You ever get drunk and just be like, I need to do some arsons? Some people around here need to learn. You never see that with rebel flags. How come none of y'all ever get the bright ass idea to burn down a Cracker Barrel full of American flags? It's always
right,
the gay flags and the Black Lives Matter flags, and yeah, it's kind of interesting how it goes. Kind of interesting.
On a certain type of flag,
right? Man found guilty of killing a store clerk for making his pizza with no gloves on. Let's hear him out. A man was found guilty of murdering a cashier in cold blood. He was making his pizza with no gloves on, and he thought that was unsanitary. Charles Leggett, 38, was found guilty of first-degree intentional murder with a dangerous weapon and being a felon in possession of a firearm on Wednesday. The charges stem from the incident that took place October 19, 2024 at Action Food and Liquor.
Action Food and Liquor. He took action.
Yes. He might have had some of that liquor.
Right.
Leggett arrived at the store around 11:50 a.m. He ordered, so right before lunch, ordered a pizza from the cashier.
He was there early.
He was really hungry for that pizza. Upon noticing that the employee making the pizza was not wearing gloves, Leggett became extremely upset and started arguing with the clerk in the front of the store, 26-year-old Jamil Alwies. Yeah, he was going owie, all right. The employee who was making the pizza was in the back of the store at the time. He told employees he heard Alwies and Leggett arguing near the entrance. A minute later, the employee said he heard a gunshot and rushed to the front, discovering Alwies on the ground gasping for air. Authorities reviewed security camera footage that corroborated the employee's version of events. Though the video does not have audio, it's apparent the shooter is upset and begins to motion his hands at Alwies. Alwies appears to argue back. Then the shooter reaches his hand into the right pocket where the handle of the handgun can be seen protruding from his pocket. The shooter then positions himself at the counter and abruptly reaches over the counter with his right hand with the handgun in hand. The shooter puts the gun to Alwies' chest, shooting Alwies, and then quickly runs out of the store as Alwies falls to the ground behind the counter. Leggett explained his reasoning in an interview with the police. The defendant informed Alwies it was unsanitary. Then Alwies became loud with the defendant and said he would do something to the defendant. Police asked the defendant what he did. The defendant replied, I shot him. The defendant stated that he only shot one time, then ran out the store and drove to a friend's house and did not tell anyone what happened. He indicated he threw the clothes he was wearing out. So, all right, Karen, guess the race of Mr. Charles Leggett.
Charles Leggett.
Yes.
I'm going. For this one, I'm gonna go black because Thinking about the name of the place and the location.
Action, Food, and Liquor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's right beside
That was always the title of Lupe Fiasco's first album. Almost.
Yeah, and it was right beside the ABC store.
Action, Food, and Liquor, Black. Samuel L. Jackson, No Gloves. Who was this asshole coming to America? Black. Minister Society, Stick Up Tape, Black. About That Action, Boss. That's not a race, right? Oh, Black, okay. And they're not going to wear gloves at the liquor pizza place, Black. Yeah, that's what right? Black, because I low-key understand. White folks don't care about hand washing, so this is a Black. Damn, all y'all are right. Why is he making the face in the mugshot that I know he was making watching that man touch his food without no gloves? I know he was looking at the clerk like, y'all just gonna let him make my pizza without gloves? Man, it's going in the oven, man. Damn.
Right, go kill the germs.
It's Action, Food, and Liquor. What did you expect? It's Hunt Brothers Pizza, okay? Have you ever heard of the Hunt Brothers? It's a Pizza Hut up the street.
Right, if you want gloves.
You're not paying glove prices when you go to Action, Food, and Liquor.
Right, you're paying bottom of the barrel.
The liquor bottle has the top open and the food has the gloves off of it. That's what we do.
You get a free 40 with this liquor, so I don't know why you expect top flight security, Craig.
Right. All right, let's go to the bonus round. Karen's 2 for 2.
I ain't racist. How can I be racist about anybody or anything in my life? How can I?
Call them niggas. Just call them niggas.
It's time to get
gold teeth, gold chain wearing, fried chicken and biscuit eating, monkey ate baboon, big guy, fast running, high jumping, spear chucking, 360-degree basketball.
A Mississippi mom shot dead one of the aggressive monkeys that escaped from an overturned truck last week to protect her young children. Jessica Bond Ferguson said she and other Heidelberg residents had been on high alert after word spread that monkeys, believed to be carrying dangerous diseases but later confirmed by officials not to be, had been roaming loose since Tuesday. Early Sunday, her 16-year-old son ran into the house claiming he had seen one of the animals in the yard. The 35-year-old mother of 5, whose children ranged between 4 and 16, said she jumped out of bed, grabbed her gun and phone, and went outside after calling police. About 60 feet from her home, she said she spotted the monkey and chose to take matters into her own hands to ensure her children's safety.
You're like, fuck that monkey.
Hear no evil, see no evil, because I'm going to shoot that evil. I did what any other mother would do to protect her children. I shot at it, it just stood there, and I shot again, and he backed up, and that's when he fell. She wasn't monkeying around. She gave that monkey the monkey business.
Yes, she did.
I guess he's not so curious anymore. With police and animal control not yet on the scene, the mother...
Only thing that would have made it worse is that the man in the red hat would have came and started crying. The yellow hat would have came and started crying.
The mother of 5 said she decided to shoot the monkey, fearing it would get away and possibly become a threat to children at another house in the neighborhood. If it attacked somebody's kid, I could have stopped it. That would be a lot on me. It's kind of scary and dangerous that they are running around and people have kids playing in the yards. In a post on social media, the sheriff office confirmed that that's what happened, with no other details. The shooting of the monkey comes several days after a truck loaded with 21 cage rhesus monkeys crashed on Interstate 59 just north of Heidelberg on October 27th. And rhesus monkey is RHESUS, not like Reese's Pieces.
Okay.
Or Reese's Cups. Tulane University said the monkeys came in from its National Biomedical Research Center in New Orleans, a site that commonly furnishes primates to research institutions. 13 were recovered at the site, but that means 8 was just out here loose. Just a barrel full of monkeys.
Yep.
Hopefully they don't get a ship, become sea monkeys. But you know, if one of them does it, the other one's gonna do it because monkey see, monkey do.
Right, they were just jumping under beds.
One of them got shot, fell and bumped his head. Karen, guess the race of this mother that protected her children, Jessica Bond Ferguson.
Jessica Bond Ferguson. I'm gonna go black.
Karen's going black for this one. All right, let's check the chat room, see what they believe. 5, 16, oldest kid can watch the youngest while I'm at the club black. God damn it, Marlene.
That's hilarious.
They be our own people. I don't know. I'm getting Nick Fuentes will love this podcast. Okay, I'm just telling you. I don't know. I'm getting black from this. She wasn't protecting nothing. Kids were in the house. She hunted that monkey like Harambe White, says KGH. Black. A lot of blacks. Only one white on this one, and only one person got it wrong. She's black. Karen, congratulations. And one person missed. Now, Karen, why were you so sure she was black? What made you guess black?
She had 5 kids, and like they said, the oldest was 16.
I knew it couldn't be good reasons. Okay, go ahead.
I mean, you asked.
Nah,
okay.
I mean, listen, that's how racism works. I
right. And then, the way she was talking about it, her baby came in scared, and she was like, nigga, I got you. Ain't no monkey gonna be fucking with my kids. I don't care if it.
You feel like that's a very black instinct.
Yeah, she's like, I don't care if it's one of these monkey kids or a real monkey. Everybody get these bullets.
Okay. It was giving this kind of energy to me.
He better keep his ass in jail because he come back out here. This gonna be a horror movie nightmare for his ass. He don't want to come back around here playing with me.
Like, it felt like she said that when she was getting her gun.
She was like, she told them, I ain't the one today. And woke her up out of her sleep. She probably got another job to go to. She was like, this motherfucker brought me out my sleep. You don't catch these bullets.
Yeah, I feel like she was already sleeping with her head kind of cocked, so she didn't have to mess up her perm. And she was like,
I bet she had her head wrapped too when she went out there.
There, you right. She had it wrapped up for the night. She was like, get mama gun.
Get mama gun.
We hate to see it. I mean, well, the monkeys do. Give us free. I think that's what Caesar said. Oh no, Caesar said Caesar is home. It was, I'm gonna start with it said, give us free. Oh man, that's the most racist thing that happened in that segment. And that was me. All right, let's get into Sword Ratchetness. I get them two movies confused.
About as bad as me fucking up Curious George, the man in the hat color.
The red hat?
Yeah, I said the red hat.
He was a blood.
Like, yellow hat. My bad.
I think you thinking about Burious George.
Yeah, that's the other George.
Thinking about Burious George. Oh, that's so good. All right. I just came up with a whole head canon of Burious George and the man with the red hat.
I don't know why, because red just stuck in my head.
Oh man. It happens in Bompton. Samurai sword burglary accused named after armed standoff in Wellington. Okay, what? This is New Zealand that this happened in? The man accused of trying to burgle a multi-million-dollar property with a samurai sword before being shot at and bitten by a police dog can be named. His name is John Charles Salona.
Oh, so they didn't know if we can name him. Oh, we can name him now, apparently.
Yeah, I guess they got different rules over there. 54 is missing his first appearance in court today because he's undergoing surgery.
He got fucked up by that dog.
Because he got shot.
Oh, yeah, he got shot and that dog bit the hell out of him.
Yeah, they don't have all the details because then it wants me to pay for the rest, but just Australia, good job. Let's make sure we don't tolerate this sword ratchetness. We'll be back Saturday for Feedback Show. Balls Deep Sports will be tomorrow night, as long as Justin doesn't cancel at the last minute. And Thursday you should get a movie review in your spoiled movie review feed. So we're busy bees over here. Until next time, I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah.
On the latest episode of Next Question with me, Katie Couric, I sat down with Bernie Sanders. We've talked many times over the years, and today he even throws a few questions my way.
All right, are you ready for another question?
Go ahead. Hit me, Bernie. We talk about the billionaire class, the cost of living, and of course, the government shutdown. Listen to Next Question with me, Katie Couric, on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
The murder of an 18-year-old girl in Graves County, Kentucky, went unsolved for years until a local housewife, a journalist, and a handful of girls came forward with a story.
America, y'all better wake the hell up. Bad things happen to good people in small towns.
Listen to Graves County on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. And to binge the entire season ad-free, subscribe to Lava for Good Plus on Apple Podcasts.
Cats are masters at using up their 9 lives, like chasing laser pointers into walls or jumping onto high shelves. But the one thing cats never do, text while driving. So be like a cat and protect your one and only life. Don't text and drive.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
I knew it was a bomb the second that it exploded. I felt it rip through me.
In season 2 of Rip Current, we ask who tried to kill Judy Berry and why.
They were climbing trees and they were sabotaging logging equipment in the woods.
She received death threats before the bombing. She received more threats after the bombing.
I think that this is a deliberate attempt to sabotage our movement.
Listen to Rip Current Season 2 starting November 5th on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Jenna World, Jenna Jameson, Vivid Video, and The Valley is a new podcast about the history of the adult film industry. I'm Molly Lambert, and I'll be your tour guide on a wild trip through adult films.
We get paid more than the men. We call the shots. In what way is that degrading? That's us taking hold of our life.
Listen to Jenna World on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is an iHeart podcast.